Hey guys, Eric with Blue Line Fishing. Welcome back to the channel. Your time's important to me as always, and what we're going to do in today's time is, well, we're going to do a little something different. We're going to do some surf fishing here, Dauphin Island, Alabama, on the Gulf Coast. We're going to try and catch basically whatever bites in the surf here. So stick around. I think you'll enjoy it. Okay guys, before we get into the surf fishing footage, I just want to take a minute and go through the rigs that I was using, because I had it on the GoPro out there while I was at the beach and did an explanation of it, but I had some water spots on the GoPro lens that I didn't know about at the time, so it kind of blurred the footage, and I just wanted to be able to show you guys real quick what kind of rigs I was using. First was basically a surf rig or a pompano rig. This is one I tied myself. It's one complete piece of line. It's not tied together. It's done with dropper loops here, and I'll show you that in a second. But it starts out with just a simple swivel on one end right there, and then it goes in to this 2/0 Demon circle hook. This is a Mustad Demon circle hook. I'll show you the package on that in a second. A little pompano float, and then a bead. You can use whatever color and style you want. The bottom on this next dropper loop, same thing, just a little different style of float and different color of bead, and this has a wide gap circle hook on it. I used two different hook types on this because I wanted to kind of see which one had the better hookup ratio. Really, between the circle hook and the wide gap circle hook, it was probably 50-50, maybe a little bit better hookup ratio on the wide gap, probably because I could fit a little more as far as room between the fish bites and the bait I was using, and get that hook point in. And then at the bottom, it is a loop, and I can just loop in any type of weight I want. This is a 1 ounce pyramid sinker, and I primarily, when I was fishing cut bait down there and shrimp and fish bites, used a 1 ounce because the surf was very, very light. A few times on the other rig that I used a 2 or 3 ounce, and I'll show you that in just a second. So the other rig I was using, super simple. This is just a slider rig or a fish finder rig. So on the front end you have tied on, I have a slider here. I just use one of these, and I'll show you here real quick. Just goes back and forth on the line. It just keeps from the line getting any abrasions or anything like that. Just like the bead here. The bead isn't used for as an attractant, it's just used to protect the knot. And then this slider slides up and down the line very easily. Has a large swivel on it, that way I can easily switch out what size weight I want. This is a 2 ounce pyramid sinker on there, but I can switch that in and out real easy. And I primarily went between a 1 to 3 ounce pyramid sinker on it. So you got your slider and your weight, your bead, right into a leader. And the leader on this one is a steel leader because I was primarily using this to fish for those small sharks. Didn't know if I get into any bluefish or anything like that. And if I did, I didn't want them cutting through the leader, because a lot of times on one of these I'll use, like, say, a 40-pound fluorocarbon leader. But I did have a couple that they chewed through it, so I switched over to the steel leader on it. So guys, I'll go through the hooks real quick here. What I was using was these Owner size 2 circle hooks. These are the light wire hooks. I also used the Demon hooks, a little bit more aggressive bend on the circle hook, so I was using those, and mainly on the pompano rig or the surf rig. And then I was also using these Gamakatsu 2/0 octopus hooks, and I found those to be a little bit better on the bottom rig I was fishing, or that slider rig, the second one that I showed you. They weren't this color here, this red. They were just the traditional bronze hook, because you can't and don't want to use stainless steel, because it won't, if you have to cut a hook out, it won't rust out of the fish's mouth or their gullet or anything like that. So those are the hooks that I was using. Also, you probably heard me mention, or you will hear me mention, I should say, you watched the video that I was using some cut ladyfish as well, catching them on a gotcha. This is a gotcha. If you're not familiar with what it is, it's just a small silver plug. It weighs about 7/8 of an ounce. Some of them weigh an ounce. You can get them in different colors, but I find the silver chrome like this with the red head or chartreuse head tend to do the best. You're working through the water column very, very fast, and Spanish mackerel, bluefish, ladyfish, things like that, love them, and they will chase them down and eat them, just like they're eating all that bait that you see zipping up and down the shoreline. So with this being covered, I'll tell you what, let's get into some of that surf fishing footage.
Good, Mike. So good. there. Just had another big hit on this rod. We'll see if he's still on there. He is. It's another blacktip. I can tell by the way it jumped. They like to get up in the air sometimes. Here we go. Another pretty blacktip. Number 5 for the morning. Let him go. There he goes. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good fish. I'm not sure. Oh, that's a shark. Smaller than what I thought, but I'll take it because I'm catching fish. Another blacktip. Number 9 for the morning. Pretty little blacktip. There it is. Blacktip because he's coming to the surface and they like to run and jump, put on a little bit of a show, they get bigger. They're really fun. This is a small one. Probably the biggest one of the morning the way it looks. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than the others. What I'm doing, I caught some ladyfish the other day on a gotcha. That's what I'm using. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. Let's watch him go. Long way. There he goes. Nice blacktip. I think we've got us a shark on. Another blacktip. Got quite a few sharks. It's been sharky here this morning. Yep, it's a little blacktip shark. Really pretty blacktip right there. We're gonna let him go. He'll take off like a rocket. Woo! There you go. Well, it's running like a catfish or a... It's running like a catfish. Maybe a shark? Oh, it is a shark. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Pretty little blacktip. Okay guys, what I'm doing here, pretty simple setup. I am using some whiting that I caught on fish bites on a surf rig, filleting them out here. And using them as cut bait. I leave the skin on because it's a little tougher like that. It doesn't get torn off quite as quick. Ooh, it's good right there, whatever that is. Take a little drag out. Kind of fighting like a stingray, but at the same time, catfish. I don't know. Let's see. It is a small shark. Another small shark. Number 12 for the morning. Number 12. We're going to let him go, guys. Oh, we got one. We got one! Here's one. Looks like another shark because it's running the surf. I don't know if you guys can see that. They like to come up the top and do that. This one's a little guy. Alright guys, let the other one go. That's like a ray. I don't know, it's head shaking. Ray wood. That's another shark. Another blacktip. Alright guys, another pretty little blacktip. Fun to catch. Another blacktip. You can tell by the way they like to come to the surface. Number 11 for the morning. He gone. Let's see what we got over here. We've got a whiting. All right, all right. Another shark. Pretty shark.
Well guys, we caught plenty of blacktip sharks this morning. We caught 18 of them from the surf. We caught some whiting, about 5 of those. And of course you always catch those hardhead catfish. We caught those too. Saw some dolphins. Just a really enjoyable morning here surf fishing on the Gulf Coast of Alabama. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Maybe leave me a like and a comment down below. And remember, until that next video, get out there and fish.